In a vast landscape full of adventurers, you are now listening to the world of chaotic amateurs.
What are we doing again?
Boy fights.
Welcome to Chaotic Amateurs, the internet's #1 D&D 5e play podcast. I'm your host and DM, Alex. With me, I have
Dash is Thrakus.
Bentley Michaels is Reverian Night Meadow.
Red is Arthur.
Caleb is Scory Brune.
And Milo is Ball.
And last we left our adventurers, they were dining with the Lord and Lady of Turlin when mention of a young fight brought them to fighting the young ones. But the adventure began. Yeah, I got there.
Turlin sounds like a like Charles Barkley. Oh, this is Turlin. Like this just. Sorry, I shouldn't have smoked that joint before.
So, last we left off, dinner had concluded. You'd gotten the news that the outpost in the wastes had been attacked. The Lord and the Lady and the family were leaving. They were getting all set up. And it was suggested that perhaps a fight take place between the Middleist daughter and Riferian Night Meadow. Weapons were procured, and the fighting pit was set up to have this take place.
Cords Coliseum.
Yeah, that's right. The Cords warriors are kind of like standing on the edges just to make sure nothing too funny happens.
Nothing hinky going
That's
on.
right.
Yeah, mess that little girl up, man.
The Middleist daughter there is set to fight. And so the way this will go is the first to 3 hits to make contact wins. So it doesn't matter how many you get, as long as you're the first to get 3. And it'll be I'll have you do a skill roll to try and augment your fight, and it'll just be a simple attack roll.
Hell yeah.
And then she'll do the same.
Doesn't Riff have like 4 hits in an attack already?
Yes, but we're going to do just the one.
Okay.
Just a singular hit kind of for each of these.
I was going to say, done in one. Man.
Yeah.
Sweep the leg, Riff!
So, you get, a few paces apart. You see eye to eye. There's one of the warriors, a cord, puts his hand down and says, "Fight! Round 1." And you see Valander with the rapier that she grabbed is just taking a nice defensive posture. She seems to wield it well. It does seem like she knows what she's doing with a blade. What skill would you like to use to try and help out your attack?
I mean, probably stealth. I want to see if I can creep on her.
Okay.
Are there shadows? Can I shadow walk?
There's a tree nearby that offers like about half shade of the area.
All right. Then I would definitely try to shadow walk and get behind her so I can use sneak attack.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Yow. Non-natural 20. (14 + 6).
25 from her, so she gets the advantage.
Oh.
You see, kind of as you fade in the shadows and appear somewhere else, you kind of watch as her eyes are already on you as you kind of come up.
Okay. You see what's happening. All right, you're not as bad as I thought you'd be.
And
we're
so
trying to
both
feel her out. These are like little jabs, like little.
Mm-hmm. And exactly. I mean, you have so many attacks. You're kind of using those to poke at defenses, check things out. It's these singular attacks that we'll do now that kind of tell us if somebody hits.
All right.
So she's gonna make her attack.
I'm using my knotted chucks, not the one with the blade, so I can just give her a boop.
Gotcha. So yeah, give me an attack roll.
18 plus 6, 24.
24. You both make contact. I would say you do first. You kind of hit. You tell me where you hit. She doesn't block it as you kind of come in.
I'll smack her right in the knee, just because I think that's funny, and it also would debilitate her if she got hit in the knee with like a knot at the end of my chucks. I just go yeah, knock her right in the knee.
You see, she kind of like crumbles to one side and regains her posture as you feel a prick on the back of your neck as she kind of sweeps around you and just pops you a little bit with a rapier.
Oh.
So you each have one hit. Give
I'm
me another
curious,
skill check.
who is Sanj cheering for in this fight?
Sanj is cheering.
Fight.
Yeah. He's just excited.
He's just a fan of
violence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they both die.
Kill each other! Kill each
win,
other!
basically.
He's like yelling terrible things. Rip her head off!
Go ahead and give me a skill check. What do you want to do to kind of augment the battle now?
Augment the battle now. I think what I want to do is... Oh no, I don't have that spell. I just made that up in my head that I thought it would be fun. I was going to say I'm going to mirror image, but I don't have mirror image. I was like,
gotcha,
I just thought it would be hilarious to have like a bunch of riffs with chucks running around. I think I'm going to try to cast minor illusion.
Okay.
I want to cast it like almost like this is probably too much. It's like the end goal is, and you can figure out.
Yeah.
I want to.
What you're trying to do.
I want to make it seem like I shadow walked again behind her. So it's like I want to make like that sort of like maybe like a magical kind of pop sound or like whatever it is. So she turns around. So it's like I want to start to move,
kind of like feint doing the same thing.
Yeah, like I'm gonna start to do my action like I was gonna jump into the shadows and then cast, and so then when her back's to me, I can whack her in the bobo.
Okay, give me a deception check. She's doing the same thing she was doing before.
God, rolling hot. 19 plus 1. Non-natural
20. She got a 16 plus 6.
Oh.
And the same thing happens. You're like watching her eyes while this form of you appears, the sound happens, and she just keeps eye contact with you.
Oh, she's good.
And I would have you give me an insight check right now.
Absolutely. Nice. 16.
16? She just mechanically is using insight. She seems to be studying you well. Like these tricks that you're doing just kind of go past her. She sees through them. All right. So she gets the advantage. She's going to make an attack against you. You make attack against her. 17 to hit your AC.
Yes.
Okay.
A 24. No,
no,
that's wrong. 22.
22 still hits. So yeah, you both get hits. This is the last one.
Okay. So, I mean, I guess I'll knock her on her other knee.
Okay, yeah.
I'll swing in
you
the
kind of hit the one knee, and
but I'm having fun. Like I like
bob and weave.
I like that she's this good because in Riff's arrogance, she was like, I'll murder this kid.
Yeah. You see that she's kind of enjoying this. She's got a smile on her face, but she seems focused, determined.
Yeah.
She gets to do something she's good at, which she's pretty excited about. and the same thing happens. You get her on the knee and she takes that same advantage that you give her, another prick on the back of the neck. A little drop of blood, but not much. It's not a wound to
my
hurt.
blood bleeds gray.
All right, one more skill check. As long as somebody hits this round, we'll have a winner.
I think since I've tried to outmaneuver with my shadow, I think I'm just going to show off and go crazy gymnastics, kind of little some back handsprings, and then try to cartwheel over, and the boop her in the top of the head with my chucks is so I'll do an acrobatics.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Oh.
She got a 14.
And I got the acrobatic plus it. I got a 13 plus 6.
13 plus 6.
Yeah,
you
19.
get the advantage for this one.
Nice.
You see that she's trying to kind of see past what you're doing, the tricks that you might employ, and instead you just move with, agility and grace, and it kind of catches her off guard. She loses a bit of her footing, and you're able to kind of go in. So same thing. Make an attack. You make this one with advantage, like she has been doing. She makes this as a regular roll.
Advantage. Clever minx. All right. 12 plus 6. 18.
18.
Yeah.
That'll hit her, and 21 to hit you. You both hit, or you both will hit. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
You got it.
As you hear the eldest sister kind of cry out as you're going in for this to stop. She says, "No, stop, don't!" In a kind of a flurry of, she just doesn't want her sister hurt. She doesn't want something to happen.
I'm gonna boop her right in her noggin.
Yeah, oh yeah, the boopins happen. I just need a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Natural 20 plus 1.
Natural 20 plus 1. You feel this kind of odd sensation, passes through. Nothing happens. You both are going to hit. We'll see who hits first. Just give me an initiative check.
Okay. Crit fail.
Ooh, she got a 19 plus 3. So
Dang it.
You make the hit, but not before feeling, that final prick, right near your clavicle.
I shouldn't have flipped over.
Yeah, it was, just barely missing the swiftness. The warrior of Gord comes over, raises Volantir's hand, raises your hand, and the Turlin family begin clapping.
I shake her hand. I
And
grab
she
it and I
shakes
go,
yours as
"That
well.
was awesome. That was so much fun. We should totally do this again."
Well, yes, if you need a sparring partner, I'd be happy to show you the ways of the rapier, and those nunchucks are interesting.
Yeah, I didn't want to use my blade ones because I didn't want to have to cut you. I wanted to boop you a little bit, but I've got ones, and I pull out the ones with the knives and I flourish. I'm like, "Check this out."
Yeah, she's kind of holding her knee, and she's like, "I did get booped."
But I show off with like the blade ones. I'm like, and then I'm like, and so the blades are right there. I'm like,
You see, kind of Sanj
pretty
comes
sweet,
up
huh?
and starts going over about everything he knows about him.
I pull out the ones that I was fighting his sister with, and I hand them to Sanj. I'm like, "Here, practice with them right now, since it's all fresh in your brain."
Yeah, he whips them out, and he does a number of cool little tricks with them.
Nice.
It's like, see, yeah, you just do this, and you go, "Whatcha!" And he hits the log that's nearby.
That's what's up, Sanj. That's my boy.
Yeah, he said.
Yeah. Okay, but you gotta hand him back. When you're done with him,
you got to make the other ones for me.
I'm gonna work on it.
Right.
We got the wood.
Yeah. You see the parents come over and kind of congratulate Volandir.
That's a solid daughter, sir. I look at the dad like, she can kick some serious butt. That's awesome. Good job.
She is well trained. He brings her to the cart. Celeste looks to you, Arthur, kind of per your previous conversation, and says, like I said, we will have our people speaking with your people to arrange the appropriate contracts once more. And they begin kind of packing up to leave for the night.
Bye.
Thank you, my lady Celeste. I do appreciate your humble attendance at my family home here, and surely it would not have been as successful if you had not graced us with your presence. Looking forward to working with you, madam.
She nods to you, and they begin heading out, taking the road back the way they came, goes over the creek back to Turlin before night truly sets in.
Well, Gerald's a right dick now, ain't he? What can we do about that? Anybody have any ideas how we can get even?
Who's on a revenge mission with me, guys?
Anybody?
He didn't seem that bad to me. Just kind of a battle of the egos a bit.
All right, Mr. Wolf. Scorytail Brune, of course, proved himself as useless as ever.
Hey, I got 2 kids to fight.
Anybody want to help me get even with Gerald?
I don't believe we should be plotting revenge on the Lord of Turlin. It would be bad for business. I think we have other matters to attend to. Perhaps we should be focusing on those and not our wounded egos.
Mr. Wolf, I like your mindset, playing the long game, acquiring more magical items and skill sets, getting wiser before we take them down from the shadows.
Okay.
That's exactly
We
what
let it marinate for a year, then we get our revenge.
We'll come back and see.
I've never met someone so wildly misinterpret something I say. But all right.
We should probably decide how we want to split this this good sum of money that we've acquired. I've already put in a fair bit to kind of help revamp the house, get a little bit of extra things in the Mage's Tower. I was planning on putting half of my share into that. Anyone else would be interested in doing the same.
So now we have to pay rent?
No, I'll just take my gold.
Utilities?
Yeah, Mr. Ball, it is my house, so probably hang on to my gold. No, we'll see. I think of something inventive to do with that. I don't need all this gold. What am I talking about?
I would like to invest my money into better gear for Chord's warriors.
Maybe I can throw a party and have the Lord Gerald and his Lady Celeste back, and we could dunk on them somehow.
Don't invest your money in petty revenge.
But a party, Mr. Wolf.
It will not end well.
With cake? Huh?
Invest it in fancy hand lotions.
One big game of mousetrap, just for him. How much money did we each get exactly?
There is a
Like
chest of 4,000
50.
gold for completing that quest.
So it's like, what, is that like 750 a piece or something?
I
I think we did do the math on it, and I'm
Yeah, it
not
was
going to
800,
pull up a
right?
calculator, but yeah.
Yeah, 800, yeah.
800 each?
Yeah.
Nice. I'll
You know,
I'll take my 800 if you please, Mr. Ball.
Yeah, all right. It's all there.
All right. I start counting out 800 gold.
Yep, it's just in the chest there. You kind of count out your...
One.
You could have
really
Willie do
bad
it
at
if you'd like.
two.
That's kind of what he's there for.
He's kind of like a typical kid that has to like recount it multiple times.
Make nice size stacks.
She keeps
They gotta be
messing up every
even.
time she gets to like 100.
I got lost at like 657. I got to start over. 1, 2.
But you see, Riff, if you make them in piles.
They are.
Now-
They're in piles of 10s.
Mr. Wolf, you might know this. The cost of raising an army, how much does that cost? You got enough money for something like that?
Or do you need an investor?
The cost to raise a full army with multiple battalions and leaders and generals would be quite a sum of gold. That's why typically kingdoms raise armies, not 5 men in a mansion.
Mr. Wolf, where I come from, 5 men in a mansion can make or break the destiny of the
Was
entire
a hit
world.
sitcom on
I was gonna
CBS.
say the hit summer movie.
I was thinking that too. But I was already set.
Rip is the
Five
little girl.
men in a mansion now.
And Riff.
She's so precocious.
4 men and a little girl. That's
4
a
men.
different sitcom.
4 men, a monk in a mansion. 4 men, a monk in a mansion. There we go.
Okay.
No, it's too much.
Ryan Reynolds producing.
What I said was the best. Yeah, he basically says it's going to cost way too much money to do that. So I would like to invest a
In my own
significant portion
Smaller army, but nonetheless.
Militia.
of my money to, getting my Chords Warriors better armor and like gear and getting them like equipped with like good stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can get them some kind of fine equipment. Chords Warriors. You talk with kind of Willem about that, and he sorts out the details for it. I'd say if you want to take off, you've got 12 of them. I mean, if you spend like 25, 50 gold a piece on them, they will be well equipped.
Let's do that.
Uh-oh.
He did
Well-
say that his internet will come and go, so that
Okay.
we might just work around him.
So yeah, so that'd be like 300 to 600. What do you want to spend? I would say 300 gets them the cool stuff, the good gear. 600 gets them a good gear, but it looks cool too.
Does it have,
Let's do 600, and then I'll pocket the other 200, so everyone looks sick.
All
what
right.
is it
So,
going to
yeah.
take to commission a graphic designer to get the Wolf Pack our own like heraldry?
Well, Wolf already has the dojo logo of the 5 stripes and the arrows and stuff.
Yeah.
You could pay him to license it, like a franchisee.
Right.
his thing.
Do you want a flag to like lead us into battle or whatever, like with our
Yeah,
our
yeah.
seal on it and shit? The wolf
Exactly.
balls.
I'm starting our own country out here, and we're gonna fucking take over Tyrrell.
Chateau de Magnus. We've got a militia.
Exactly.
Hey,
Put a flag on there. That could be part of that as a flag bearer.
Willem, I have a question, and I hope it doesn't put you on the spot. But
What's your backstory?
yeah, what's your strengths? Can you tell me who I might talk to see about maybe starting to build a ship?
Oh, a ship. I mean, they've got a few ships down in Turlin. They got the river there that goes out to sea, mainly just merchant barges.
I'm talking like ocean-worthy.
Oh, man, you'd probably
Good
want to go
ships.
to the coast then to get one of them done. I can take a look, see
Yeah.
kind of what it might be, either to buy one used or have one built new.
Oh, I'm looking for a new build. I
New
know
build,
I know
okay.
it's expensive. I'm kind of in the R&D development, part of the fact finding. If you could just give me a name of who to contact, that would be huge. And then I can.
I have the perfect store name.
Uh-oh.
It's called Ship Shape, and they build you
Ship
boats.
Ship shape, we build you boats. Hey, here we go. So Willem's not terribly familiar with this area. He knows the people in Turlin because he's been talking with them. Doesn't know a lot of people from the coast, but he does know some halflings that were part of the tournament that you guys beat up. And yeah, we'll go with it.
Okay.
They own a shipbuilding business called Ship Shape. We build you boat.
Yes.
We build U-boat.
Yeah. In all of their signage, there's a comma, but it's always in a different spot.
And it's kind of funny because we build, it's we like little because they're halflings.
Right.
Rhett, explain it more.
Because like we is kind of like a weird Cockney slang term for like little, and halflings are little people.
Like
Yeah.
a wee man. Wee
Exactly.
man.
We build. It's a we build.
And is it
Hi, it's a wee build.
is it a capital U hyphen boat like the German subs, or is this like
God, that's a
YOU?
good joke too.
Yeah.
God dang it! I'm an idiot for not catching that.
Alex, we're developing this Wikipedia page for you at this point.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is good stuff.
It's full of garbage, but
As you know, most Wikipedia pages are.
yeah.
So many external links.
He does kind of give you a price range, like 2,000 to 4,000 for a decent sized ship for you guys plus a bit of a crew.
That's all it takes to build a boat?
For something that size, yeah. Keel boat is 3,000.
Okay.
A long ship 10,000. The sailing ship 10,000.
Okay.
The warship 25,000.
Well, if Mr. Ball were here, I would probably ask him, what does he think this chateau or we as a team need next? And I would offer him 100 gold to invest into whatever he deems worthy. We'll find out when he gets back. But the rest, I'm actually going to take outside and try to secret away and bury in my special meditation spot where Agnes Magnus hung out.
Easy enough to put it in a little hiding hole, and the spirits and the Black Wolf kind of keep it safe as well.
Yeah. So don't any of you folks try to.
Don't come to my special meditation spot.
I traded my spy that would know where that was for a flying carpet. So
Oh yeah, I forgot
So I'm
you
good.
sent your pal to hell for a flying carpet.
Is there anything else you guys want to do kind of before the night ends? There's some stuff that
I know that band.
that'll we'll get into as midnight approaches.
No, Riff's gonna journal. Today's more of like a light lifting day for her, so she's not gonna like go over her notes all that much or whatever. She's mainly just gonna journal and say like how she stole the carpet and also kind of like reanalyze the fight and think about like what she could do better against an opponent that is like seeing through her trickery. And then she'll meditate and go to sleep, because in her head, she's excited for the next morning because she's going to go get her cloak and her bag.
Mm-hmm. So as kind of the night is winding down, Adrian does show up after a bit. Kind of enters in a grandiose fashion, a little tipsy, and is looking for just someone to hang out with. He's just enters the chateau and says, "Don't worry, everyone. I have arrived. I'm sorry I missed dinner. I'm sure it was fun, but those people are so boring. Well, most.
Adrian, you have no idea how boring they are. That Lord Gerald had a stick up his butt the whole. I tried to show him the flying carpet.
It's the biggest stick I've ever seen. It's been in there for at least 20 years. He's the worst, but the best. Do you want to hear my song about him?
Oh, I absolutely
have so many.
do.
And he starts just kind of playing his song, and you've heard a number of them. He often plays songs about how great Gerald is, but like he takes the time to kind of stop and is like, now this line here actually in Elvish means that he's the fanny of an elephant. But then no one knows, and he keeps playing. He kind of lets you in on the joke of all these songs as they just kind of make fun of him,
giving us that commentary.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Adrian, that is a turn of phrase if I ever heard one.
Yes, exactly. Hold on, where is that little one? The with the hat. Wanted to give a Strix, and he just starts yelling out for Strix.
While we're waiting on Strix, Adrian, what do you think about like a big prank on Gerald?
Well,
you look like you're a fan of pranks.
I am a big fan of pranks, and if I can get away with it, I'll try and do something with Gerald.
Like taking over his kingdom or anything like that. Is that too far?
I mean, what do you do once you get there, though?
That's not a prank.
Yeah, yeah. There's no punchline.
It's responsibility.
What about this prank? What if we usurp the throne? That's pretty hilarious, huh?
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Gotcha.
Okay. I get it, everyone. Good
if you could
Lord.
get him to give you the throne and then you say no, that would be fantastic.
Make him fall in love with you and then rebuff.
I like
Story,
that one. I like that.
Seer, I haven't liked you too much, but that was a good one.
That's really good.
That was solid.
Adrian, any way we can make him fall in love with one or both of us?
I possibly.
I have a suggestion. Something we could perhaps try. Might be funny.
Yes.
All right.
So we could convince his top general and strategist to join us, and have him tender a resignation. And then when he tries to join us, we tell his general no. And then his general's just unemployed.
But then wouldn't he go right back to just?
He would.
Eyes
Yes.
light up. You
Yes.
see. He's like,
Would.
this is. You. I don't know if you know the commander of Turlin or not, but that would be amazing. If we could get him to come here. You know, he actually he trained here way back in the day.
Yeah, actually, we convinced the general to get in on this little. We have him tender a resignation and convince the Lord that he's taking 3/4 of the soldiers with him to join a different militia.
Now, is
Mr.
there any
Wolf,
way that in his resignation we could have him use the word "man" in a certain way, like it is on this honor of a true man that I am leaving, like something like that?
Right.
You know?
Yes, we'll say that he is going to go serve a real man.
Oh, God. Okay, we are cooking with gas here,
Absolutely.
folks.
Yes.
Willem, write all these down.
Willem's he's writing down ideas. He's making sure everyone's got a drink who wants one.
He might start a civil war, or it's going to be a good prank. I've done a few of these.
Yes. Oh my God. Oh, this would be amazing. We get him here. We say no. The Turlin is left without their commander. Gerald is left to hire a new one. I mean, if we took it a step further, I could disguise myself and become the new one, but that seems, again, more responsibility.
What if we made him hire Mr. Wolf?
Interesting.
Is that a prank? That seems like a good one to me.
I don't know. Mr. Wolf, would you want that?
I mean, I don't know if I'm ready to go back into the service, but
Sure.
I guess I
yes,
could
it's
lead
tough.
an army again. I guess it would just become my new job.
And then when it comes time to throw a coup, you're our man on the inside. We're like halfway there.
And then we usurp the throne. And then you bed the throne. And then you bed his wife. And that is the prank.
What a prank. Yeah, exactly.
I can't help but feel like this is going to backfire. We're going to go meet Mr. Wolf in the future, and he'd be like, "Oh, I totally forgot. I've just been doing my job here."
This is where the wolf balls fell apart.
Yeah.
You see Strix kind of coming in, noticing the commotion, and Adrian like gets excited. He says, "Strix, my boy, come here." And Strix is like kind of walks over. He's got a pile of books he's taken to the library. He's like, "Oh yeah, what's going on? You guys scheming and planning over here? It seems like it." He says, "You have done this house very well. Willem has told me so many great things. I was wondering if you needed help in the library, and if I could bestow some upon you." And Strix just kind of looks up and is like, "Sure, good." And he like claps his hands, and on top of his hat, you see Ollie.
Thank God. Glad he's okay.
And it spooks Strix as he kind of realizes it's like, "Oh, hey." And they kind of like look at each other for a little bit before they get acquainted. And now Strix has a familiar that is going to help him with all his library duties.
And he looks at you with hatred in his eyes.
And my eyes
oh yeah,
start
he gives you the
twinkling.
coldest shoulder.
Now, Adrian, everybody,
yes.
hear me out. We got Strix here, and we got Ollie, both of which shapeshifters, all this. Maybe we could use them as a prank, a part of our prank.
Absolutely.
Like,
Yes.
I don't know, they could turn into rats and like pretend to spread the plague in the castle or something like that, like, okay.
How do you pretend to spread the plague? I think you need to actually spread the plague.
Well, is there like a magic spell? It's like a fake plague.
This is hitting too close to home.
There's a real spell.
Does anybody know
It's not
here
a spell,
fake
just called the
plague?
All right, fine. All
Does
right.
ever have the spell scroll fake plague?
Yeah. You as the conversation kind of gets going, Adrian is working with Willem and just like kind of drawing up letters and contracts and things that he's going to send to this master at arms, this commander of Turlin. Like he's going to start laying the groundwork for it, because he is very excited at this plan.
Can I approach Mr. Ball now?
Yes.
Is that all right? Mr.
Sure,
Ball.
we need to stop them.
Yeah.
They're out of their minds.
Yeah, insanity has ensued. I'm glad you're here. So you seem to be very wise with money, and you know where to invest it. So I was thinking, can I ask your input on where I should place this 100 gold to further either the chateau or our group? Where should I be putting this?
Well, I believe we're both benefiting from the Mage's Tower. You get some kind of benefits from that, as do I. I invested all of my share of the spell components into it just when we got back, and I intend to invest another 400 gold into it.
Okay.
I know I've benefited greatly by the magic that I received from it. I don't know what you've gained from it.
Balls on the
me
juice.
neither. Okay.
To get into that a little bit, to upgrade the tower, which is the more arcane focused one, so that's going to be Riff and my brain just broke. Riff and Ball. The two kind of arcane users. You get to get usefulness out of the tower. Scory, you get usefulness out of the temple, which is the garden you've been kind of creating in the back.
Okay.
To upgrade those is both a separate cost. Let me pull it up.
Mr. Ball, I appreciate the inspiration. It's just come to me. I think I know where to put my money.
So it's 3,000 gold to upgrade the tower. 3,000 to upgrade the temple.
Okay.
That 2,500 is going to be used in a few weeks to try and see if they can get more through the kind of business that's been established.
Okay.
So the 2,500 most likely will cover that 3,000, if not a little more.
Of the Mage's Tower specifically.
Yes.
Okay. I guess I'm going to start chipping away at the old temple.
Yeah.
So, after just finishing burying 700, I'm going to take the 100 that I have in my pocket and pull out another. Let's do half. I'll take 300 out of the ground for a total of 400, leaving 400 in the ground.
And what you do is you give that to Willem, and then Willem will gather the necessary kind of herbs and incense and things to help build with that.
Yeah.
You get access with that temple to a few spells, which we went over a long time ago, but I'll just kind of pull those up for you.
Okay. And these are separate from my seasonal spells?
Well, no, these would be the seasonal spells.
Oh, okay. I've got them all pulled up.
Yeah, reincarnate, foresight, greater restoration, heal, and
resurrection. Yeah, cool. Yes.
So yeah,
and so I don't have access to those now.
You do.
Okay.
You do. Upgrading it. I'm not sure what upgrading it actually does. I have to read more into the rules, but
no problem.
Makes it look pretty.
Makes it look prettier.
And I envision even dumping a ton of money into it. I don't envision it being some sort of gaudy temple. I envision
No.
If you have you been to Edgefield McMinimans in Troutdale? You know their little red shed or whatever they have.
A lazy Susan. I mean a lazy. Damn it. Fuck it.
Anyway,
lazy pool.
They have this little outdoor pub that has like a fire stove, and it's just covered in moss and plants and trees and ferns and everything. It's just it looks as if a cabin had been abandoned in the woods for a long time, but somebody still lives in it, kind of a thing.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I see it growing.
So it was some sort of structure, but that has been overtaken.
Yeah, even though it's brand new.
Absolutely.
You're a man who loves his ivy.
Yeah.
What can I say? I love invasive species.
There you go. Easy enough. Yeah, you kind of begin working on that, putting some stuff and chipping away at that.
Cool.
And I'm even, because some of the poachers got put away, I'm going to even add some of that goodwill from the Black Wolf.
Yay.
Anything else you all want to do tonight as you kind of drink and regale Adrian with stories and plans?
I just want to party so hard with Adrian since he's like already half full on lit up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure he doesn't go to bed tonight.
Yeah, and I'll also I'll party with them, but I'll throw back Goliath style. So I'm gonna throw back like a keg of mead by myself.
Sounds good. Yeah. We'll have to restock tomorrow, but
some ecstasy.
I'm gonna try and smoke all of the stash that Willem has bought because I don't need to breathe. So like I don't need lungs, baby.
It's like an hour goes by and Willem's like, "Are you still holding that in?"
The one thing I keep thinking about is I think it would be so funny if we all woke up in the morning and we're like, man, did we hatch a plan to usurp the throne of Torlin?
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't know. Gosh, yeah, that got wild.
That doesn't sound like us.
But also,
where are my pants?
Put a bunch of it into motion. We all got on my carpet.
And then Strix is like, hey, I sent that letter. And we're like, what?
Unsend.
We also got on my carpet and definitely threw dirt clods at the top of the castle and shit.
Yeah,
like
can
that.
I get a Constitution saving throw and a persuasion check from everyone that's trying to stay up and kick it with this dragon bard?
Oh hell yeah! Yes, you can.
I know my limits. I am going to pray to the gods.
I got a 15 Constitution saving throw.
You hold your liquor well.
7.
Not too well. You're stumbling a little bit. It's kind of hard to keep up, but you're there for the party. Arthur,
my Constitution is 18.
So you, oh man,
18. Yeah. Oh yeah. You're partying with the dragon. Easy enough. And then persuasion checks just to see how much you can keep up with the conversation of a dragon bard.
Also an 18.
18.
Do you want that from everyone?
Yeah, I can get it from everyone.
Oh, okay.
Everyone who partied.
Everyone that parties.
13.
13, not too bad. And Ball, you still kicking it?
He's frozen.
He is frozen.
Oh.
You see, at some point during the night, you kind of just turn and you see that Ball's eyes are open, but they're just still.
Oh no,
But
he's seized up.
He's got his like jug of alchemy just tipped just enough that there's a constant little trickle coming out, so we can hold our cups underneath and just get breathe.
At some point, Adrian is just like laying on the floor with his like head open, just drinking from it. He kind of like it runs out of wine at some point, and he like snaps his fingers and refills it. Reinvigorates the magic. At some point, a bit against his better wishes, he does kind of turn into a dragon, and you all go out and kind of fly over the land together. You on the magic carpet, him as a dragon. and yeah, you all kind of wake up in the morning, hungover, and wondering about the plans you made. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. I didn't know how much I needed a party montage with Adrian. Amazing.
He shows you a few cool little spots. There's like a little like cliff that overlooks the city. You see that he's been there a number of times. He likes to kind of look at it from far away. Looks like it's actually part of the Magnus land. That's part of it.
So, are they with it enough to recall any of this the next day? Because this seems like useful information.
Which stuff? I mean, you remember
surveying the land and the waterfalls and the whatnot.
I rolled a pretty good constitution.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, not enough to like make a map out of it or anything. That wasn't the point of the evening.
No.
You've got a magic carpet. If you need to do some surveying, you can.
That's how I like to party. Cartography.
Man.
More like
Caleb thing you've ever said.
More like partography, right, Scory?
No, shut up. God, it's terrible.
Okay. It was late last night, Telbrun?
I would say before you all wake up, Riff, you probably head to town early in the morning.
I do. I go to town. I want to stop by the.
Do you walk to town or?
No, I'm gonna take the transporter thing and do my bit where like I do like the spin kick and hope the gardener sees me.
Yeah, so I need that acrobatics check then.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure we didn't miss that.
12 plus 6, 18.
Plus 6, not bad. You land with some flair. You know the area in the transition between those two places well. Kind of as you land, the gardener looks surprised, like they didn't know you were going to be there, and then just gives you one of those like yeah. He's having some good fun.
So yeah, I'll then make my way to the library.
Yeah,
I believe I said it last time. I took that box that I had, the box of components that was like $500 or whatever it was, like that Mr. Ball had like 4 of them, and I took one for myself, and I donated it to the library for like potion makers and all that sort of stuff.
Gotcha.
And spell, all that sort of thing
to help cover the cost of the enchantment there.
Yeah.
You get to the Academy Veritas. The little lady says, "Oh, there you are. Come in. They just completed your stuff and got it sent in the other day. Come.
I got some stuff to add because any notes that I've been making. I think I said it again last time. Like any notes that I've been making, anything with the maps, anything with the language, whatever. I go into the town after like my research, or I just research there, and then I just kind of have in my head, I've sequestered a table and all of my stuff is just there. And I just kind of keep adding to it until my stuff is done. Then it's like, and then that's like my gift as well as like all of the components or whatever.
Yeah, because last time you had given a bunch of information about the wastes and the trials in there.
So I just kind of keep adding to like my section, and then like they'll go and put it in like with my maps and anything with the language, whatever. I just kind of keep adding.
I mean, at this point, being a researcher, knowing about this, you submit the proper paperwork, like the reports as you would. And she's like, "Oh, thank you. The last ones you gave us, they were very useful.
It's pretty cool stuff, huh?
Very interesting. Yes, we got those sent out right away. These will be sent along with.
I've even drawn like the giant robot with like Julia's UFO thing. Like I've done.
Julia, I was wondering who that was.
Yeah, her name was Julia. She helped us escape from like a different plane of existence when we were in a prison there, and then we saw her, and she has a UFO like we do. Oh, I've totally drawn the UFO, like the inside, the outside, like submitting all of this stuff to the library.
Yeah.
But she had her UFO, but it like controlled the robot. It was crazy. I don't know. Will we see her again one day? Probably. Anyhow.
Oh, I would hope so. I mean, with a tale is that fantastical, you would hope there would be a sequel.
Yeah, it's crazy. So how's the cloak and the bag?
Oh, right. And she kind of pulls a box from the table and says, it looks like everything went well. It was one hiccup, and the note goes over it here. And she kind of slides a note over to you, and you begin reading it. It's from the, what would it be? The office of the councilman that kind of had this taken care of. Basically says it regrets to inform you that the circlet was to be requisitioned by Usama and not returned. They offer 50 gold to you as compensation and bounty for it, but they have taken it. You open the chest and you see the cloak, the bag, and you kind of test it out. The one of the pockets is a bag of devouring. You can choose which one.
I'll say it is the front pocket.
The front, to the one closest to your back, or the one furthest?
The one closest to my back. Or no, sorry. The one closest, like if I were to open it, sorry, the one closest to the outside.
Closer to the outside.
Yeah.
So like when you flip it around, it would be the one furthest from you.
Yes. Yeah, if it was in front of me.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Easy enough. But yeah, it seems that
that's the only thing that brings me out of my funk, because I am so mad that circlet
sucks. That really sucks.
Yeah.
I had a whole plan on
item
like controlling robots.
Yep. Gave it to the state, and they were like, "Well, this is ours."
What circlet?
And I'm pissed. But I've got a cool bag, and I tell no one about it.
Down the government, huh?
I'm excited to put my Omen Breakers robe back on, and because I haven't had that in my backpack. I've had that for basically the last 2 years we've been playing, so like I haven't really taken it off. So I feel good to finally have it like all back together, and my bag kind of like grabs onto me with its creepy little spider legs. And yeah, I'm stoked. I'll put, whatever scrolls and notes and all that sort of stuff that I have like at the library, just because we've kind of concluded our business and I don't know what we're going to get into. So I'm going to tell the librarian. So this is everything that I have at this point. I don't know if we're shipping out, what we're doing, but when I come back to town next time, I will bring back more stuff and add more to the library.
Please do. We are always on the search for knowledge. And if you are unaware of where your path might lead, let us know. We have a few secrets. We've always wondering, always looking for some able bodies to go uncover.
Like...
Not the safest things, but worthy of a good adventurer.
I like your style, Granny. I like your style. I will send word. Referi Night Meadow. Shadow Monk of the Age, Monastery of the Silver Song.
Of course. So yeah, you leave the Academy Veritas, a circlet lighter, and head back to the
Chateau de Magnus.
The Chateau de Magnus. I would say, as you head back, what's going on back at the chateau? Are you guys just having a nice greasy breakfast?
I would have gotten up at normal time and done my little ritual.
Roll a Constitution check for that bitch.
I didn't party.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a square.
He turned in early. He's how we should all act at parties. I mean,
my God,
not the
Telbrook.
characters.
Your
characters are
black
young and vibrant.
witchcraft has revivified you to the point where you don't even look as though you're as wasted as we were last night.
Yep.
That's right.
But I was there. I was totally there.
He's in the inaugural Scory Telbrun garden.
Yeah. 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 We partied real hard. Remember that? When you're,
That's right. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Wolf.
That was pretty funny.
Give Mr. Telbrun a high five for me. That was epic. He's a good man.
All right, I give him a high five, I guess.
That was a real awesome party you did last night, Mr. Telbrun.
Yeah.
I didn't think I could trust you, but last night has changed my mind. You are, without a doubt,
I'm just one of the guys.
one of the craziest motherfuckers I have ever met.
You see Adrian just kind of jolts up from his chair.
Gotta go.
Yes. Whoa. Very fun last night. We have work to do. I've got work to do. I'll see you all in a few days. Willem! And he kind of calls for Willem, and they go upstairs to like deliberate about some things for about 30 minutes before you hear Adrian just leave.
And right before I go and take a bite out of my disgusting, greasy breakfast sandwich, I let out all of the smoke I had in my lungs from the night before.
It's just this fine, kind of ashy powder that just kind of flops to the ground.
Oh, that's good.
Now, where was I? Wait, so what'd they talk about? Can we eavesdrop?
If you want to, you'll have to make some checks to do so.
Are we too wasted to eavesdrop, Mr. Wolf?
No, I don't think so. I think we're.
I'm bright-eyed. I can help you out
later.
Well, I mean, I'm also I'm a Goliath. I got a strong constitution, so.
And it sounds like fun. I want to roll some dice, so.
Yeah, if you want to try, if anyone wants to try and, eavesdrop, I need a stealth check and then a perception check.
I'd be happy to.
Let me consider my stats.
Oh, don't worry about that.
And Alex. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, geez. Okay. A 10 total for my stealth. And yeah.
It's like, Mr. Telbruden.
And 15 for perception.
What? I'm sorry. What other rolls we're doing? I was distracted.
Stealth and then perception.
Oh, okay. Those are two things I'm super good at.
I like the idea that Adrian just knows that you guys are eavesdropping, and he's like, and I saw Mr. Telbruden and Mr. Wolf kissing last night, Willem. Make sure everybody knows.
I got a 17 stealth and a 10 perception.
So yeah, you can definitely get up to the door to listen. It's a little muffled. Scory, you had a 10 stealth?
10 and a 15.
Gotcha. With the 10, I would say that about halfway kind of up the stairs to go listen, you're too loud, and Wolf and Arthur just kind of like push you aside. It's like, you're too loud,
guys.
They stop you from at least alerting as you continue forward. Arthur, what did you get?
I actually didn't roll. I decided that
you're not going to. Okay. So Arthur and Scory kind of sit at the like down the hall. But Wolf, you are able to kind of get close. You hear a bit of muffled talk. You catch a few minutes of it.
A few minutes?
Yeah. I would say that you get...
That's 20 rounds.
They talked for 30 minutes, he said. So
I did. But to stealth up and to listen and to like leave with enough time.
Yeah.
You get enough that you get the information I'm about to tell you. There's some clerical stuff they talk about, it seems. There's some weapons and armors and things that that need to be gotten from the store for Cord's Warriors. And at that note, Adrian asks if a number of letters can be delivered to people in town. Sounds like they're related to this plan of talking to the general.
It's working out perfectly.
Yeah.
This little rebellion just took flight.
Also, I kind of like the idea that we woke up and Ball is missing, like our very own hangover.
Where's Ball? That's yeah. I would also say that he's
on the roof.
Up towards the end of the conversation.
He's a golden
Adrian is asking is asking
Willem.
Yeah, thank you. The heat's baking my brain. Asks Willem to check in with somebody named Paula at the castle. And it sounds like Willem knows what that means and says, "Oh yeah, of course, no problem about that." That's about when they lose.
Arthur's getting sexy results.
All right, I relay all that information to Arthur, but not Scory. No,
You can't join our militia.
You almost fucked a Spectre.
yeah.
What are you talking about? Last night I actually...
Yeah.
Never mind.
You were a real square last night, so...
No, I relayed that
dork.
information.
Fucking dork.
Get on in him, Mr. Telbrun. You were a legend last night. You deserve to hear this.
Right.
Yeah, he passed out. He passed out water to everyone. He kept everyone hydrated.
Yeah.
He put pillows under heads.
Yeah, he mommed the fuck out of that party.
He mommed the fuck out of that party. I relayed all
no one has
information.
puke in their hair.
Yeah, you held back my luscious locks on my bald head. I relayed that information to everyone, and so now we all have we're all privy to what it is.
Do I know who Paula is?
Yeah, does that name ring a bell to any of us?
It sounds familiar to me in real life, but like I've heard the name Paula in real life, but also like as it relates to this game.
The Queen of Butter.
I don't think anyone
You've heard the name
would.
Paula before? Yeah, of course.
Stupid as fuck.
It was so dumb. No, it's familiar because I've heard the name Paula ever in my life. What?
It was funnier when I just casually mentioned that I was familiar with the name in real life, but you had to go ahead and ruin
no
that.
shit you're familiar with the name. It's a common name.
Did you use a fantasy
Part of the
name
English
generator?
lexicon, yeah.
You know a lot of fucking Paulas, do you?
I worked for one.
Yeah, my dad's sister, you dick.
Paula Dean.
Yeah.
Paula Dean?
The Queen of Butter.
Paula
Main characters
Abdul?
from
Paula
Earthbound.
Abdul.
Oh, yeah. All right. Hey, fair enough, guys.
Oh my
Patton?
god.
Sold shoes.
Paula
She was
Poundstone.
She was in a German rock and roll band.
Paula Poundstone?
There you go.
Paula McFlurry? Everyone knows.
Paula Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay, now you're getting ridiculous. It was funnier when I was doing it.
Milo will be glad that he was not here for that.
You missed this episode.
Yeah.
So anyway, I
Paula
fucking
debacle.
recognize the name in the game.
No, I don't think anybody would have reason to recognize it.
It's definitely
from the
Adrian's
conversation. It sounds
daughter.
like it's somebody that works at the castle.
She's a dragon for sure.
Why makes you think that?
I assume everyone's a dragon.
I don't know, Mr. Wolf.
Are you a
he's
dragon?
checking up on Paula? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's his like daughter. He like impregnated someone in Tyrlin, or like maybe
Is
it's a
inside.
dragon. He's working with the Dragon Council.
Are you trying to do a Boston accent right now? What are you doing? His daughter,
He's like got the fucking like khakis over here.
Khaki.
He's like, I'm fucking walking here, huh?
Yeah, I mean, these are always things you
knows a
can
fucking Paula.
if you want to ask around, if you want to ask
God.
them directly, research it at the library or the.
I would like to do some fact finding about, the personnel at the castle. If I can find out who exactly a Paula is, because I've never heard the name Paula before in real life. So that it's pretty foreign to me. It's gonna be curious. Is it a person or is it like an item?
I think it's Elven.
Yeah,
It's
it
got
does
that
sound
elven
elven.
look.
It's Sindarin for sure.
Yeah, I would like to try and find some info about this Paula person because I want to know, what Adrian's up to.
Is
Yeah.
Paula person their real name?
How do you want to find information out? Do you want to research at the library? Go into town? Do you want to ask people?
I'll tell you what, Wolf. I'm fixing to go into town because I need to contact those two halflings we beat up in the tournament. So if you want to go with and
Yeah,
find out what you can about Paula.
yeah,
cool.
I'd like to find like
Have you seen Paula?
roll for Paula.
like someone at the
ball.
castle who works like wait staff or laundry or whatever.
How about that-
I know obviously
that
there's
gardener?
no such thing as like a castle.
That
Oh, the
gardener, that
gardener?
Riff always
But
tries to impress.
where's that at?
In the
That
garden,
gardener.
like the like circle square where you like teleport on in there.
Yeah, are they at the castle though?
It's nearby the castle. Yeah.
Oh, so maybe they're familiar with comings and goings.
Somewhere to start.
All right,
Now,
yeah.
do we think that Adrian is making friends with wait staff and all that sort of stuff, though?
Yeah, but wait staff knows all the higher ups too.
All right.
You know what I mean? Because
And all the
they
secret
aren't
passages.
because they're
That's
seen
true.
and not heard.
Yeah. Some of my closest friends back at my childhood home were the wait staff.
I can't tell if this
that's
is you
Willem.
or your character.
Either way, it's not cool.
Yeah, but you can easily take the teleportation circle to Turlin.
Can we do it without Ball?
You can do it without Ball because Ball is still sleeping.
You partied way too hard last
He-
night. I
he
tried to
partied
tell him
hard.
he's going to have to recharge his fuel cells,
Yeah.
but
All right, yeah, we teleport into town, and I'm going to talk to Matt Gardner.
yeah, I'd like to go as well, I guess.
Yeah, easy enough.
No.
No, I mean you weren't invited.
But you told me. We were talking about this right now.
You're still
invited.
You're still pacing, fretting about whether or not you know a Paula or
We
not.
But Paula,
invited
guys, Paula.
Scory. If anything, Scory has to ask us to go.
You're stuck at home just writing the name Paula over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, but what does it mean?
What does it mean?
Red yarn connecting all the
Gotta be
Paulas.
There's got to be a different
D&D.
meaning. I've got like 100 anagrams of Paula like spaced out. I've got.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we all go, and I want to talk to that gardener.
Yeah. You teleport in. If you don't do a cool maneuver, he just keeps gardening.
Well, no, when I show up, it's just kind of like impressive. So
Yeah, we tap him on the shoulder for sure.
I mean, if you want to try and be, impressive, I need a roll.
okay, fine.
And Alex, whenever at this point, I'll be like walking home. So like I obviously like our paths will they'll teleport out as I come, and I've got something I want to do when I get back when they're done.
Okay.
16 performance.
16. You kind of come in and, a little bit of wind catches and on your helmet
blows my skirt up.
blows your skirt up a little
There
bit.
goes the loincloth.
And the gardener just kind of looks over and says, "Oh, ooh, okay."
Mighty impressive axe there, fella.
I'd like to polish that shaft.
Oh, what's going on? What are y'all doing? As he kinda approached him.
Excuse me, humble gardener. I
Oh, yes.
would like to inquire about your knowledge of the castle attendants or personnel in general. Are you familiar with the people who come and go from the castle?
I'm gonna
Sure.
reach
I know
over and
just
give him
about everybody.
guidance. I'm gonna give him guidance for whatever is about to happen.
No.
Do you
Got a
does the
magical friend
name-
there, huh?
Ah, yes. Does the name Paula ring a bell? Now, this is the name of a person. Might be confusing.
doorknob manufacturer.
No, not the doorknob manufacturer.
Gotcha. Of course. It depends
The
on why
name
you
of a
want to
person.
know who this Paula is. What are your intentions?
Are we certain that he wasn't talking about the doorknob manufacturer, Mr. Wolf?
We have no
that.
ill intentions. We're simply on a fact-finding information. We would just like to know what, I guess, role this person plays within the castle. That's it. And then we have no plans past that.
If
We
it
literally
helps,
Do not think that far ahead.
I am a landed nobleman of the kingdom of Usama.
I have been made aware, Mr. Magnus, and it seems you do have a veteran of the wasted wars. Your story checks out. Yes, so Paula works in the castle. She does errands, takes care of things. Pretty solid gopher
The
for
Willem
the
of
family.
of the castle. Sounds like.
Oh, yes, Willem. I know Willem. He's been coming back and forth ever so often. Good young lad.
How often do
Best,
Willem
then.
and Paula get together?
Oh, I don't know. I don't see them together. I tend to stay here. If they do speak, it would most likely be in the offices up at the castle.
Well,
All right,
happy
well-
gardening.
Well,
that
thank you.
solves
Thank you.
that minor mystery.
Thank you for your time.
Of
I
course.
greatly appreciate it. And here's
Be
a
safe.
here's a couple of gold pieces.
Oh, too kind.
Wow.
Thank you. As he grabs
Yes.
the gold.
You know,
I
we could
agree.
use a gardener, your caliber out there at the chateau.
I don't think you could afford me.
Wow.
I'm a Magnus, sir.
He is currently destitute, however. So
You've done it now, Gardner.
All right. Fine. Fair enough. You caught me in my penniless state. I hope you're happy.
Excuse me.
thank you for your time.
Yeah, excuse me, Gardner. Before we depart,
Yes.
what's your name, so we don't have to call you Gardner all the time?
Oh, that's my name.
Like your surname? Like,
No, I don't have much use for those things anymore. Most people call me Gardener. I've taken a liking to it.
His name is Gardner, Scory. Don't be rude.
I had a
I
long
can't believe
acquaintance
that you didn't know that
before.
his name was Gardner. All the time
I didn't want to assume. I've done that in
Literally
the past.
Everyone knew his name was Gardner.
That'd be like if we called you half-orc,
Okay, Arthur.
animal transformer.
Arthur, just slow your roll. You
Or
just
lizard
spent
milker.
30 minutes not knowing if Paulo was a real name or not. So I'm not gonna.
That wasn't me. That was a meta joke made by the player that controls me.
Yes, that's not within the game. Don't be a fool. It was meta.
You're right. What was I thinking, guys? Boy, that
Some
party
dangerous
last night,
knowledge
though.
you're dealing with.
Fucking idiot.
All right, and Gardner. How close is Arthur to me?
Y'all are pretty close.
I mean, no, I don't. Excuse me, Gardner. Do you know the two halflings that competed in the tournament? I guess a few weeks back.
Oh, sure, yes. It was about 6 of them, though. It was a whole crew.
Do you happen to know where they are?
I believe they went back to the coast where they're from. It's
Of
just
course they
downriver.
Just downriver. How far down? Like how many days would you say a trip would
Oh,
be?
depends on what you're taking. If you take one of the barges, be about a week. If you go by horse or walking, it's about 2-3 weeks. If you venture through the fairies' forest, you'll probably end up dead by the time before you get there.
Sounds
Why
great.
is
I'll
that?
take that.
What's going
There
on in
you
the
go.
fairies forest there?
Fairies.
Are they like dangerous or something?
Oh, very. You've never heard of fairy deals, have you?
Well-
they can be quite dangerous.
I've been under the ensorcement of a few wrong-sided bargains in the day.
It shows.
All right. I walked right into that one.
I give him a high five.
Hey.
So that is a sharp edge you're cutting grass with, and I beg you not to cut me further.
Up top, Gardner.
just in jest.
My
No,
man.
absolutely.
All right. I believe we should take off. We've gotten all the information that we need.
Well, all right.
Anytime. I've been waiting a long time for somebody to talk to that gardener.
He's
He's
the
a cool
best.
dude.
Does he know how to grow long bottom swamp grass?
Probably.
We got to get him out at the chateau. I don't care how much it costs, guys. This is part of my plan to take down Tyrlin.
Real quick, but before we cut scene to Riff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if we can get that gardener, we can get like a sweet he can like start doing food, and then
Yeah.
we can start like exporting food out, and all.
Grow some sick ganja,
Yeah.
some dank weed,
Yeah.
John,
We're looking at growing the
set up
GDP
a-
out there
set
at
up a
Chateau.
cool-
sticky icky.
Set up a cool booth at the fucking Saturday market in Turlin.
Yeah.
Let's get some diesel. Gardner, before we take off, just out of curiosity, is there anything that we could do to get you besides paying you gold? Like, is there anything in your life that you feel like you need that we might be able to provide?
Oh.
He's got his own YouTube channel, Gardening with Gardner.
Not any longer. I've lived a long, long life and have found a hobby I can actually enjoy. I keep this garden here beautiful, and it keeps me sane.
Well, wouldn't you like a new project? Like a new challenge in life?
He kind of puts a hand on your shoulder and just kind of looks at you, and he says, Don't worry about me. If you're looking for a new project, find it.
How ominous
it's a
is
big,
that?
wide world out there. Give me an insight check.
Yeah.
I feel like this gardener is the gardener that gives Captain Picard advice when he's at Starfleet.
13.
13. No, he seems very sincere. You know, he seems like he's really trying to kind of feel a bit of empathy with you and see if he can help you if he can.
Well, it's just that we have some magical plants that we've had to deal with, and I thought that you being gardener.
I mean, if
could
you're
help us
looking for
out.
somebody that's a specialist in magical plants, I would look for somebody at the Academy Veritas. They have many people who focus on subjects like that, or they will be able to find them at least for you.
So you're saying you can't, like you don't know how.
I'm saying I won't.
No amount of persuasion or
No,
anything?
you kind of look
Gardner.
at him and he's just kind of shaking his head at you.
Gardner, when the
Seems
great,
very content where he is.
when the gleaming gem of the Kingdom of Usma, the city of Tirlin, is but ashes beneath your feet, there will always be a place for you out the Chateau Magnus.
Well, I appreciate that. If that day ever comes, then I will take up my gardening there.
And we do
Could be
to let
sooner than
you,
think.
let you in on a little secret. We've got a slow burn prank that I think you're gonna really enjoy.
Ooh.
Remember our faces, okay?
Okay. That sounds exciting.
Slow
Are you guys plotting against me?
No.
Yeah.
Go with you.
Yeah.
I like the idea that you're saying that, and Wolf just kind of like, wait a second, what? Just right there.
I was
All right,
zoned out.
Yeah, is that all we want to do with the gardener?
For now.
For now, all right. We're going to cut over to Riff as you get back to the chateau. You see the Warriors of Cord are training. Some are headed out on patrol. There's some people tending the garden, and then the staff just taking care of the house.
Cool. I am going to go downstairs into that weird little cell where the rock was
Mm-hmm.
that we were investigating.
Yeah.
Is there? Because I know we have people doing stuff down there. Like, is it different now? Like they've kind of chipped away at it or something like that. Like,
Yeah. So you say the words to open up the waterfall to go down.
Mhm.
You get downstairs. You can have some light with you. You open up the door to get in the room. This massive pink crystal is there. It's kind of like a rock, and then on the top is this pink crystal. It looks like the difference is there is just now a massive kind of crack across it, and then like it goes off to the side as well. Kind of makes it look like a peace sign or something.
Gotcha.
That's the difference. Is this crack has become much bigger.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of like put my hand against it and just kind of like. I mean, I can do an Arcana check, I suppose. Like, I just kind of
Sure.
nothing specific. I just want to see if like I feel energy from it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, 15 plus something.
What's the something?
Plus 5. So
Okay.
non-natural
20
20.
So yeah, I think at some point somebody has detected magic on it, and it's not magical. You definitely know that the gem itself can be used with magic
Mhm.
as either a focus or some sort of container, a place to store power.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like any of that is active, at least at the moment.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to sit down in front of it, and I'm going to sort of like, as I get my feet ready, I'm going to sort of put my feet like, up against the rock so like I'm touching it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to drink some of that liquid that I've been drinking while I was meditating. I think it's the silver liquid.
Okay.
Like I've taken some of it before, and then I'm going to sit there and meditate and just trip balls.
Gotcha.
Hey guys, quit messaging because I can hear it on the recording.
Yeah, I can hear it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Rhett.
Where-
Rhett looks like a fucking Burt Reynolds poster.
So you're just drinking the silver liquid.
I'm gonna drink
and how much of it you're drinking? Like a potion of healing's worth of it?
I don't know how much, like, we've never really discussed it in the past. I always just kind of like, because she's so small, I would imagine that, like, she just kind of took like a little capful, or, you know, like a NyQuil, you know, like when you little tablespoon or something.
Yeah. I'll say, you have kind of like a little jar of it, and you drink about a quarter of it. That's about how much that is.
Okay.
It tastes interesting. It tastes a little metallic, but not in a sharp way. And as you drink it, you can kind of feel it coat the inside of your stomach, and it just kind of feels weird. And then you sit with it for a little bit. You're kind of sitting down, and you're trying to get a sense for, if it's affecting you at all. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, +1. 12.
12. Your vision kind of softens. Kind of dims a bit where you are, and goes black and white, kind of like you're seeing into the ethereal realm. You kind of, it's a familiar sensation, so it's not jarring as it might be for someone else. And as you're kind of just looking around and trying to get a sense of what's happening, you feel a little odd, and this kind of funky looking frog kind of jumps up onto the rock, and you see it, and you can kind of see through it, and it looks at you, and you look at it, and after a moment, it kind of just jumps at you, and then you all of a sudden feel overtaken by the spirit of this frog. And for the next hour, you just act like a frog. Like this frog is kind of not controlling you, but has replaced your instincts with the instincts of a frog. And you just, it's a little wet down there, and you just are kind of jumping around.
I'm having a great time.
Eating flies, just sitting in a little puddle, and it's like, yeah, this is good. This is everything's right with the world. And after about an hour, your vision kind of clears, and that frog spirit jumps back out.
Hey, thanks, frog. That was fun.
And it just kind of jumps away, and as it's jumping away, the vision kind of lessens. It seems that in drinking that, you were able to see a bit into the ethereal realm, and with the failure of the saving throw, a spirit was able to inhabit your body.
Is there any like lasting imprint that like leaves like the frog mark on Riff?
I would say probably for the next, day or so, ever so often, you kind of just get the urge to do something frog-like. Yeah.
Try to eat bugs.
A very similar sensation to when you put this circlet on and felt the spirit of that hyena. Just not as intense. The hyena was rage and anger, and this was just wanted to be a frog.
Riff is playing at some, like, she's got some ideas. And she thinks it has to do with like this whole thing. She's seen other planes, other realms, it's not just a shadow realm. Yeah, she wants to access. She wants to be able to like realm shift, basically.
Sure, wants to do what Julia does.
That's what her little brain is like doing. Anyway, so that's all I wanted to do. So like, when I'm done with the experience and I quit like tweaking and frogging or whatever, like I'll go upstairs. And I'll get some brunch going, maybe some eggs Benny, and be like, Willem, eggs Benny. And then I'm gonna just sit there and like read my book, do more of my translation, not tell anybody about my backpack. Still super pissed about the fucking circlet. But I'm just gonna be like, oh, you'll get another circlet, and then I'm just gonna be writing and translating, drawing more stuff, because I don't know if we're going to go off on an adventure or whatever, but I am serious about, because this is like the first time that she got to like really contribute to the library, and like she felt like, it felt good to her to do it. So she wants to like be able to like bring back adventures and expand that library and that sort of thing.
Perfect. You sit down, you begin writing notes, you kind of work with Strix there. Looks like Strix has been kind of going over some of the stuff that you brought back. Looks like one of the journals that you brought back, the one from the tree dungeon, he's been kind of translating, it looks like. Apparently he knows kind of how to read this language and has been doing a translation of it. Looks like he's getting close to being done. The pranksters are still in Turlin. I'm not sure what's going to kind of go on with them. And Ball has been in offline mode for a little bit. But I think that is where we're going to leave it for today's episode. Thank you guys for joining us around our proverbial podcast table. I've been your DM, Alex, and with me has been
Rhett as Arthur.
Yep.
Bentley Michaels as Refuria Night Meadow. Dash is Mr. Wolf.
We're signing off.
But why didn't anybody go in order?
No, I said you.
I know. Oh.
Yeah.
It's Scoria's Telbrun. Wait,
Here we
what?
go. What?
It's Scoria's
Ball. Grab your swords and keep on adventuring.
Follow us across all platforms with Chaotic Amateurs. Please subscribe, rate, and review our show on your podcast app of choice to help us climb the charts and find new adventurers. Or become a patron on Patreon to help our heroes continue their quest. Thank you for listening to Chaotic Amateurs.